Rise and shine. This is Rise and Snipes podcast. I am Rise.
And I'm Snipe. What's up, guys? Coming at you live from my dining room, episode
Quattro.
4.
Four.
That means 4.
That's 4 in American.
I keep forgetting what number we're on. It's not like we're on, deep into it, but I keep forgetting what number we're on. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week. We're actually doing something different. We're recording a different way with different mics. So hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better. I know we had a couple people saying that the split audio was really messing. It's calling them to go crazy and stuff like that.
Right. So we're definitely getting that taken care of. A little bit of things we want to get out of the way. We are on Twitter again. This time we do have the Twitter handle correct. It is RYZEandSNYPE 2 underscores.
There you go.
RYZEandSNYPE 2 underscores.
If you tuned in last week, there was a mishap with the Twitter.
Yeah. Snipe got the Twitter wrong.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right. But as well as Twitter, we're actually since we're recording a different way, we're actually recording this in a video format. Not actually video. It's just our logo, tracing back and forth on the screen, but it's going to enable us to put this on YouTube. So if you don't mind, I know you got a YouTube account, just go down there and subscribe. Feel free to like anything, and we're going to see if we can get the past episodes up. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that soon, but I'll try my best.
Right. Now we also have one more thing.
Huge announcement.
Snipe was able to pull a couple strings, and we actually have one more way for you guys to be able to listen to us.
The most important way now, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the big leagues.
Now, we are for the people, and another company that is for the people is Apple.
Yeah.
And we are officially an Apple podcast.
There we go. So if you own an iPhone, I know everybody that listens does, except for the guy named Rappy. This guy has like a Nokia 3310. But if you have an iPhone, go ahead and click on the podcast app you have already installed on your phone. Search our name. Please leave us a review. That really helps it.
Definitely, we would love some feedback. More good than bad, but hey,
if you hate
constructive criticism is always welcome.
That's fine.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we'll jump into it. We got a couple of things to talk about.
Yeah.
You want to start us off, Snipe?
Yeah, I remember the conspiracy I have that...
oh, yeah. So let me tell you about this conspiracy. So Snipe actually had this thing, and he's been kind of teasing me all week.
Strip tease.
He won't tell me anything about it. It's been driving me crazy.
I know you're going to love it. It's juicy,
God,
man.
You got to give me a hint. Something, man. You got me on the edge of my seat. I'm still waiting for it.
Well, don't fall, because I'm about to tell you.
Listen, you boy, ain't getting up, fall, boy.
Boy, podcast shutting down if you fall, boy. All right, so there's this older gentleman by the name of Howard Hunt. Have you heard of this guy?
No.
Haven't heard his name, nothing.
No.
Okay.
Hunt's Ketchup?
Isn't that spelled like with a S or a Z?
That's Heinz.
Hunt's Ketchup. Did you think Hunt's too? Okay. I was making sure because I thought you really got me that it was Hunt's Ketchup.
Man.
Okay, so you were confused too. All right, Mandela effect. When I was little, it was Hunt's. Had the purple and green ketchup. All right. So Howard Hunt is this guy's name. And unfortunately, he's on his deathbed right now. He's dying. He's an older gentleman, really older gentleman. And this guy is able to name multiple people that are affiliated with the CIA. Okay? Not anybody could do that. Not a normal citizen can do that. Hardly anybody. Not even those crazy conspiracy theorists can do that. That's classified information. Hold up, guys. Raz got the giggles. What's going on?
I got a laugh attack, man.
Because of Hunt's Ketchup?
Yeah, because of Hunt's Ketchup.
With, you talking about our equipment?
I'm talking about the equipment, man.
All right, guys. We have something going on with our equipment. When we're big and famous and you guys keep promoting us and sharing our podcast, we'll be glad to share the information that we can't share right now. All right.
Oh, man.
But
Let's get back to Howard
Okay,
Hunt.
okay.
Because
So Howard
I really
Hunt.
want to hear about this.
Yeah, this guy's dying. He's able to name multiple people affiliated with the CIA or in the CIA, I guess. And he said that. Do you know who took office after Kennedy died?
Oh man, this
I
was
just want to make sure I have
test,
the.
man.
I just want to make sure I have the right guy.
Man, don't I'm not a history major or anything. I want to say Lyndon B. He's from Texas, right?
Yeah, LBJ. Okay. Just wanted to
LeBron
make sure.
James.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had my research right.
Is it
Okay.
right? Am I right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I got.
Okay,
So
cool,
okay.
cool.
I think that's right. I don't think I would have put the wrong president down, but okay. Okay. So Howard Hunt says, quote, LBJ had an almost maniacal urge to become president. He regarded JFK as an obstacle to achieving that. Okay?
All right.
So he says that.
He says
Okay?
that.
Quote. Okay? And so what happened a long time ago, this guy sent his son a tape. It's a recurring theme with tapes on this podcast.
Howard Hunt sent the tape.
Yeah,
Okay.
sent the tape multiple years ago. I don't know how many, but multiple years ago. And the only wish that came with that tape was to be listened to when he was dying. Okay? Or after he was dead. I don't know. Well, I guess while he was dying, because he's still alive at the time I read this article.
Right.
So basically what it says in the tape, because the son finally listened to it because this guy's on his deathbed,
Mm-hmm.
he claims that, Howard Hunt, he claims that he was involved in the plot of killing JFK.
Get out of here.
Yeah. An American
What?
CIA agent.
So, like an inside job.
That came from our CIA, yeah.
Wow. And you know what's crazy about that is he was JFK. He was a people person. You know,
Yeah.
actually, Grandma actually told me a story about when he was when she found out he was assassinated. You ever heard that story?
No. What
She said she actually heard it on TV.
They had TVs
And
back then, huh?
They had TVs back then. She started crying.
Really?
She cried when JFK was assassinated.
Yeah. Yeah. He I think, what is the word that people say that he was? I think it's a shaker. He was a shaker. Martin Luther King was a shaker. That's why these guys are assassinated, because they're
Too much influence.
moving thing. Yeah, they have too much movement and trying to change things. But I know that JFK wanted to have. He said something regarding the CIA. He wants to break them down and be done with them. So I know he wasn't on the good side with CIA.
Wow. So
It kind of could line up. That CIA had.
that's crazy. Actually, I kind of dabbled a little bit in those kind of conspiracy theories, and there was one that I actually read not too long ago. This was a couple months ago, and believe it or not, the CIA actually, about what was it called, the Bay of Pigs, with the invasion for Cuba,
Yeah.
Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that there was actually a tip-off. I don't know if it was FBI or CIA, but now that you say
Yeah.
CIA, it kind of makes me
Could've
want to
been.
say it was them.
Yeah.
They actually tipped off Fidel Castro that there was an invasion coming. So
Wow.
now you saying that, you kind of you kind of connect the dots,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So who knows, man? It could have all been up to the CIA.
Yeah.
We'll never know for sure unless. Really, we'll never know.
Yeah, man, that's so crazy.
They're too
That's
good.
the leader of the free world, your country, and to put him aside for something like that for someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And man, that's crazy for a cover up. That was almost 50 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Kennedy he's known to have a lot of conspiracy theories about him. You got
Right.
him and Lincoln. That whole
Like the similarities, right?
everything with them is beyond believable. And I know that there's something about a lady in the photographs that he was
Right.
shot and killed.
The babushka lady.
The babushka lady.
Yes.
The Babadook.
The Babadook, yes. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. There's like a bunch of different things. Now that you're actually talking about it, kind of getting my gears rolling. I do remember there was that one. There was like 4 different theories. Like there was someone in the on the the grassy knoll,
Yeah.
the babushka lady, and there was also another conspiracy that the bullet pattern the trajectory of the bullet actually didn't line up to where they said it came from.
The magic bullet is what they
Right,
call it.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And something about Jack Ruby. I never looked into that one. That one looked a little bit more complex and hard to understand. But yeah, man, like that's
a lot going on with that one.
Yeah, man, it's
who knows what the truth is, man. I mean, we know that he was shot and killed.
That's what's crazy. You'll never actually know.
Exactly.
That's intense, man, to sit there and think about a bunch of those.
I mean, maybe we got one step closer to the truth, though.
That's crazy.
With Howard Hunt. So I hope all's well with him. I don't know if he passed or not, but he was, I mean, ending his life. I was trying to think of a better way to say that.
Hey,
he's
man,
dying,
but like all jokes aside, man, whoever put that story up, man, kudos to them because they're really
man.
That can become a legend upon itself.
Yeah, that's
some
scary to put something out there like that.
Yeah, man, that's a target.
Howard Borges.
Kennedys.
Howard Borges.
Howard Borges, man, in the flesh.
Yeah, that's you don't get that joke. Watch episode 1.
Episode 1. It's gonna tell you everything about our jokes.
Howard Borges.
All right, man. Now that we're still on the subject, I mean, we do have a couple stories. I had one creepy story I know I told you about.
Yes.
But before we get to that,
you seemed pretty creeped out when you told me that.
Man, I gotta get there mentally to be able to tell you.
All right.
I feel like this story next is gonna kind of get me there. So.
All right, what you got?
Let me share this with you, and then we can go on from there.
Okay. Deal.
Now, this next story I actually read it this morning. Okay. Maybe you've heard of it. I haven't really kind of picked your brain on it yet, or actually told you about it. There was a police officer in Austin, Texas.
I love that place. I haven't heard of it.
Went missing.
No, nothing.
He went missing earlier this week. Now, the story was he actually committed suicide.
Okay.
But that's not the end of the story.
All
right. Now, what happened is
killed?
No.
Okay.
Let me
carry on there. Yeah.
Let me get you there. You there. Now, this guy reportedly told his wife that he had to drive to clear his mind.
Yeah.
Now, the wife called the police and told them that he had suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
So, of course, I mean, honestly, thinking about it now, I wouldn't let someone with suicidal thoughts, go by themselves.
Go clear their mind.
Right.
Yeah.
So, here's what happened. He leaves his house. He goes and withdraws $300 cash.
All right.
Now, right after, he goes to Wendy's and gets food. He buys it with his debit card. So, of course, transactions with the debit card.
Probably a 4 for 4.
4 for 4. You know who had? Oh man, I had a 4 for 4 not too long ago. Man, they had the best freaking nuggets. Oh, man,
A different place?
Yeah, it was a different place.
I know Burger King had a.
No, it wasn't. It was nuggets. Fuck it. I think it's Wendy's, man.
Oh.
What? Moving on.
All right.
Moving on. Oh man, that's embarrassing.
Oh, so
we're gonna edit that out, man.
No, man. It does come with nuggets. I think they got rid of the spicy nuggets.
I never had the spicy nuggets.
Those were, man. If you had those, you would have never went back.
I went to the other restaurant and got spicy nuggets.
Wherever that was. You know what? Let me interrupt you for a second. I'm mad about this. Let me tell you what I'm mad about.
Go ahead.
You know the Whataburger on 249 by my house?
Right.
Shut down.
Wait, no. Wait. The one
across from Goodman.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Shut down a couple months ago. That's not the part I'm mad about. Supposedly, they're gonna replace it with a fucking In-N-Out.
Get out of here.
So disrespectful.
Oh my god. Really good friend of mine, one of my best friends, swears In-N-Out's amazing.
It's good.
It's
not
Whataburger.
Better than Whataburger.
Yes, exactly, man.
Waterburger, as I used to grew up saying.
Oh yeah.
Man, I had a old coworker. He said his gamer tag was H2O Burger.
Nah.
all right. Okay, so so this cop.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get his name. Austin police officer.
Okay. So he's going to kill himself.
He's at Wendy's. So he goes to Wendy's.
Getting probably nuggets.
Right. Now that I'm thinking, I don't understand why he got. You know what? Let me get to the story because you'll probably be able to tell me. We can put it together.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So after Wendy's, she goes to either Lowe's or what's
Home
that
Depot.
other Home Depot?
Builder Square. My dad calls it Builder Square.
Builder
I
Square.
don't know why. I guess it used to be called that or something.
God damn.
He says Builder Square.
That antique shop, man. So at a Home Depot, he buys an inflatable raft, and he also buys a cinder block, cement blocks, you know,
You think he bought
and rope,
like a funny looking raft, like a
Like a-
giant duck,
like
or
a flamingo.
something? Yeah. Oh man, we'll never know. I guess.
Oh, check it out. So let me get to the end of the story.
All right.
So he writes a note, and it's basically a suicide note telling his wife,
Yeah.
"I killed myself. I can't do this anymore." Blah blah blah. Leaves it on.
Blah blah blah.
He wrote that. He wrote.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Wife. So he gets to the. He drives to a river, in his car.
Yeah.
Leaves the note on the passenger seat.
Did they say what river?
No. I'm kind of curious. I mean, it has to.
I mean, I love Lady Bird Lake. I hope it wasn't Lady Bird Lake.
I don't even know where that is.
No, dude. You know where it is.
Lady Bird.
Lady Bird.
King of the Hill reference. But no. So check it out. So from his car, a couple miles down the river, they find a raft.
The flamingo.
The flamingo. They find on the side of the raft, you can tell that it's like scratch. You know, something was thrown over.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, the cement block.
Okay. Oh, okay.
On the raft, it's his full name is on it, his birthday, and the current date, which would be his
His death date.
right.
Okay.
There's no trace of him found.
Did they like dive and stuff or?
Yeah, they looked around the river.
Oh, really?
They,
Dang.
you know,
Okay.
the projection where it would have been, where
Yeah,
his
yeah.
body would have been, and
Yeah.
everything. Nothing. So here's what happened. This jackass, remember he's a police officer.
Yeah.
You would think he has a better sense of how to do this.
Okay.
He rides a bike from the river to a convenience store. At the convenience store, they have their what is it? Their cameras, security cameras.
Yeah.
This jackass, after he supposedly committed suicide,
His ghost walks in.
his ghost walks in, rides a bike to the convenience store,
I've seen that.
walks in, asks to borrow a phone. It's like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So the convenience store, the clerk, he's like, I mean, okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you use my
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
So he lets him use his phone. He calls a taxi. This
Okay.
fucking cop takes a taxi to Mexico, where he's disappeared.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the story.
All right.
Now the reason all of this was found out, this idiot emailed his mistress, "Hey, I faked my death. This is what I did."
Terrible.
This guy gives the whole scheme, his whole
Like a bad villain.
yes, like
gives
he's
his plan.
terrible. It freaking Gru from damn Despicable Me.
Yeah.
So he basically admits everything and thinks that it's never going to be found. You're a cop, you know, like what are you
Yeah,
thinking?
don't you know how to
Right.
get off the grid and
Ridiculous.
run? Huh.
So he's wanted right now. There's a warrant out for his arrest. That's not the craziest part of it. I think the craziest part actually is, I would think you fake your death. That's got to be a huge penalty, right? You got to looking at some prison time.
Yeah, I mean, never thought about it, but yeah.
It's a misdemeanor.
Huh.
He's actually in trouble basically for calling the police when they
For
shouldn't
a
be called.
prank?
Basically, that's what it's looked at as.
I mean,
That's
I guess it
crazy.
hasn't happened a lot.
But come on,
Yeah, that's,
there's got to be a harsher penalty than that.
especially if you're a cop. Well, I don't know, man.
Maybe that's like
Oh, he's a cop.
yeah, it's okay. He's a police officer, but it's
So
a
he's probably
story.
still in Mexico.
He's in
living
Mexico
the life.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, on the seashores of old Mexico. Yeah, it's a song by Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard. Great song. You should look it up.
I should look it up.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
He's
Yeah, you would think he would have the knowledge to actually. Maybe he didn't want. Maybe he wanted all this. I don't know why.
I
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
show my face here again. If I was him.
That's got to be embarrassing,
Exactly.
Like you're a cop.
there's
You're
that
gonna come
cop that
back
don't
to
know how
your
to do
friend.
nothing.
Yeah, you're gonna be like your buddy, your cop buddies, and they're gonna
Yeah.
be like, "What the hell is this jackass
Oh,
doing?"
here's Ed.
Yeah,
You know, here
fucking
comes
Ed.
Ed. Watch out, he's gonna
fake
gonna
his
go
death.
missing. Yeah, man. You gotta sit by himself at lunch.
Yeah, he's gonna be hiding in the closet or something like a jackass with the flamingo float, boy.
They gave it back to him. Oh man.
Oh,
All
man.
right. So that's it on that, huh?
Oh, that's it there.
All right.
But I did a little bit more research because I was curious on kind of like like different situations like that.
Okay.
So I did find one. This happened back in the 70s. There was a brothel owner,
Okay.
Italian guy. Typical Italian name. I don't have it
New York
right
or
now.
something?
Italy Italian.
Yeah.
Well,
where was the brothel?
it's what is it over there with the casinos and stuff? Las Vegas,
Oh, boy. Kashada Bush.
Lake Charles.
Yeah. Man.
Oh man. But
Okay, so brothel in Las Vegas. Okay.
Right. So him and his wife ran it. There was a professional boxer.
His wife.
Yeah,
That's a little weird.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
so they're-
weird business partner for that line of business.
Hey man, I mean,
RYZEandSNYPE brothel. Boy.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boy. Well, so his wife started having an affair with a professional boxer.
Okay.
Now, the
Which
Italian
one?
guy, I don't know his name. Check it out though. He should be easy to find just off of the story alone. He was a professional boxer. He actually got killed by one of the Italian guy, the owner of the brothel's girlfriends.
Yeah.
I mean, bodyguards. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. That's a tough ass girlfriend.
Damn, Ronda Rousey over here, man.
Boy.
So,
Mae Young, boy. Mae Young.
Oh man, she had a hand as a baby, man. That's wrestling, you know?
Man,
It's crazy.
wrestling. Terrible writing.
Freaking Mark
man.
Henry. So he actually got away with the murder, and a couple years later, he's actually 90, like 93 now.
Yeah.
He's actually looking at prison time.
For how long?
Life.
Shortest life sentence ever, man. The
So he,
shortest life sentence.
He got in trouble for tax evasion. Now, he actually got away from that. He flew to Brazil, and now in Brazil, there's a kind of a, you know how there's like those kind of set, things where, say, somebody runs away to another country from a crime,
You can get 'em.
and the country will send them back.
Yeah.
That's not the case for tax evasion in Brazil.
Oh, it's like a loophole.
He got away.
Wow.
That freaking dinosaur got away, man.
To his brothel in Brazil. With his other wife
Oh,
running
man. Yeah, but
it. Dang.
yeah, it's just another thing that I looked up. I thought it was crazy, so I just wanted to share it with you.
Yeah. I'm doing life at 93.
Yeah, man.
God dang.
Hard time.
How do the other
Once
inmates
you
treat
get
you?
swole.
Works out every day. God dang.
Oh man. Oh man, but I think I don't. Are you ready for this?
For your
I think I'm ready to tell it.
yeah. When you told me, you sounded creeped out, so I wanna.
All right, man. Now, first off, I'm gonna tell you, and I want to tell the viewers now, because sometimes when we do the podcast, I kind of forget that we're talking to other people. It's
Yeah.
still, it just becomes natural at
Yeah,
some
yeah.
point. But I don't want to be. I don't want you to judge me right now. Now I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
something. It's something that I feel like I kind of suppressed. It's always happened.
Okay.
I when I'm falling asleep, I hear voices. All right.
All right. Okay.
So it sounds weird because I'm telling you, and I sound like a freaking creep. But when I'm falling asleep, I hear voices. Now they're never, like creepy voices or they scare me. It's just something I learned to live with, and it just happens.
Okay.
Now, the voices, they're never from a specific distance, or I can't tell where they're coming from.
Okay. Just hear them.
I just hear them, right?
All right. I'm with you.
Okay. Now, One thing that was different from this time, from the other times I've fallen asleep and you hear the voices, was I was kind of I can the conversation I can kind of dissect it. I can listen to it, and I was comprehending everything they were saying.
That usually doesn't happen.
No, it's just kind of just like they talk, and it's like you hear somebody talking in a different room,
Oh, okay.
and you just hear the voices, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
But this time, I could hear everything. Now, the reason it was weird, it sounded like a young girl's voice and an older man's voice.
Okay.
All right, now don't judge me on this, but while they were talking, now they were talking about the house, of course, my house, and now we've talked about it before on our other podcast. My house is
Yeah.
somewhat creepy
Yeah. To an extent. Yeah.
to an extent, but I'm comfortable with it. You know, I hear the
Yeah.
air conditioning and everything.
Yeah.
It's fine for me.
I think episode 3 you go through your house. So if you want to know how the house looks, episode 3.
Is it episode 3?
I think so. Yeah.
It might be episode 3. Well, so I'm listening to her. She's talking about the house, and now you know how sometimes you're looking up something and kind of leads to one thing to another to another.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I've looked up demons. All right. Now there was one specific demon.
Sketchy.
Yeah, it's weird. I know it's weird. But there was this one specific demon name that kind of stuck out to me.
Okay.
And so when the girl was talking, I recognized her say that name. I'm not gonna say the
Wow.
name. I don't want to say the name.
Yeah,
of
no,
course.
I don't want to really want that in my house.
But I heard the name.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I don't know how that works or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But the name, it stuck out to me. Now, when I heard it when I was asleep, of course, I'm falling asleep. My eyes shoot open. I could
Yeah.
not fall asleep for the rest of that night.
Yeah, that's creepy, man. So they were talking about he who must not be named.
They were talking about he who must not be named.
Wow, dude, that is creepy, man.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, I don't remember them saying much about him. I
Yeah,
just remember hearing his name,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wait, like, I don't
Yeah.
want to hear that name right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I woke up.
Yeah. Now that you say that, it sounds like someone's talking in a different room. I don't know if I told you growing up, I kind of I would deal with that. Did I tell you about that?
No,
Like my house used to be haunted, kind of.
this house.
Yeah, this house. Growing up, my brother already moved out, so it was just me staying in that back room back there. And I would, sometimes every night, my dad goes to sleep probably about 10. He drinks his medicine and he's out. He goes to sleep. So I remember almost every night I would hear what sounded like people talking to one another, and not mad, not like they're having a party, but it's just conversation. People were making conversation. Sometimes it was so, like, it stuck out so much. I would really believe that the TV was on. Like my dad was up watching TV, or he left it on, like the news. Like I just heard voices. I would get up and I would crack the door open, look down the hall, pitch black. And when I would look, I wouldn't hear it anymore, And if I remember correctly, I think once I looked and, I'm done and go back to sleep, or, lay back down, I didn't hear it anymore. Like once I looked, it shut it off.
Wow.
But I remember hearing conversation coming from the living room.
How old were you?
Man, I was young, man. I would guess like 8 to 13. 8 to 14, something like that.
Wow.
And it was creepy, man.
Yeah. Like I read somewhere where, it's kind of typical knowledge, something you always hear.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are kind of more open.
Like a sixth sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I get. Well, yeah, because I don't hear it anymore.
Maybe
so
that was the case.
Maybe that could have been it. But yeah, man, that was parties. Party over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a similar story like that too. Basically, other cousin that we have spent the night at his house one time.
Yeah.
So the way I spent the night at his house, we're laying down in his room.
Talk about A.
Yeah.
All right, we'll call him A.
We're at A's. It's just me and him. Middle of the night, we're laying down, and this was the creepiest shit. Now that house that he lived in,
Yeah.
I have a shit ton of stories about that house.
I remember being there at that house, and we
There was
had to
actually
call our aunt to come pick us up because
Right.
we're that freaked out. Yeah.
Right. Now this was what was weird about that house. Everything that would happen, he was always
Cool.
He was cool.
Yeah.
You know, like something
Yeah,
like,
I
oh
remember
no,
that.
it's all right, don't worry.
I remember that. Yeah.
Now this night, it was really similar to what you're saying. So we're laying down, and I'm laying next to him. We're probably 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
So in the next room, it's only him and his dad that live at that house at
Yeah.
the time. House is pretty big. It's 3 bedrooms, really old-fashioned
Yeah.
wooden floors.
Yeah.
It's really kind of creepy. I think it's creepier than my house.
It is very creepy. Yeah.
Um,
Just the layout alone is creepy.
Right. So
Yeah.
we're laying down in the, and it's quiet. You know, you can kind of hear the crickets outside. It's quiet. Suddenly, it sounds like in the next room, you hear like a party going on.
Yeah.
People talking, glasses clinking. It's like
Yeah.
a full-on party. All right. And now I look at him and I'm like, there was no fucking party next
Yeah.
door. There's nobody here. You know.
Some you want to tell me?
Yeah, right. And I look at him like, hey, do you hear that? Like I was like that's fucking weird. You know, like I acknowledged it.
Yeah.
He never acknowledged it. So I'm looking at him I'm like, you hear that, right? He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah,
That's
it'll,
what
it'll
he would
stop.
say.
It'll stop in a minute, is what he said.
It'll stop. Yeah.
And sure
They're
enough,
usually done by 10.
enough, it stopped. But I could not fall asleep. I don't know how I fell asleep that night, man.
He probably didn't. Yeah.
But he slept like a fucking baby. That's the
Yeah.
craziest part, man.
Yeah,
like he
man.
was like, oh no, don't worry about it. It's cool.
Yeah, man. I remember
like,
multiple.
what the fuck do you mean,
Yeah,
man?
yeah.
You
I
know?
remember chains being heard in that house.
Yeah. The
The keys
door.
ended up. The door, yes,
door
the
with
front
a fucking
door,
deadbolt.
heavy ass door, yeah,
And it's still swung open.
yeah.
That's
and,
crazy.
And the keys were in the other room that we didn't enter.
Right.
That's the day we called our aunt to come pick us
Yeah,
up.
we're like, fuck that, we're out of here.
Yeah. Oh man, that house. That's a creepy house.
I got another story there from that house. I'm gonna hold on to that one. I'm gonna keep that one in my
different time.
pocket.
Different time. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man, creepy stuff.
Yeah. So
I know you had one more story you wanted to tell me about.
yeah,
right?
staying on the creepy side of things.
Another one of Snipe's
Where-
secrets. You
Yeah.
want to tell me?
Where you used to work, where you met all the famous people. You
Okay,
know,
yeah.
If you want to know about that, episode 1 will tell you about all the famous people RYZE met. But close to that place, less than a mile away. What's the park right there?
Memorial Herman.
Is it Memorial? Okay, so that park. Well, I don't think it's really that park. It's like a side park off of it or something like
Mhm.
that. Right around 610 I-10 area. There's a park and it has a trail that kind of goes around the park, and you know it's for friendly little jogs and old ladies power walking, prancercising, stuff like that.
Jazzercise.
You remember that? And then there's a longer trail around it, and it says it's not used as much because it's longer. It just doesn't see a lot of people, and there's a section on that trail where it kind of goes over a swamp, and there's like a bridge, and it doesn't have any rails on the side or anything. And it says that section, if you walk out, you feel vulnerable, you feel kind of lonely
On the bridge?
on that bridge, yeah. And they claim that you could hear children's footsteps running up behind you
What the hell?
in the dead of city. Never heard of it. I'm surprised we never found out about this.
So what's the story?
Exactly. Unfortunately, it says no one knows the origin of this, so no clue. I'll try to look again, see if I can find anything. I don't even know the name of the park. I have the address,
What?
so we're gonna have to take a field trip next week, and we'll talk about it next 2 weeks from now, probably. I think that'll be when that will come out.
So you just start feeling really depressed on the bridge?
I wouldn't go that far, but along the lines, yeah. You feel vulnerable, it said.
Wow.
And if you're lucky, you'll hear the footsteps.
If you're lucky, huh?
Yeah, well, depending how you look at it. So we're gonna have to go out there next week.
I don't know, man. I don't know if
For the listeners, man. If you guys want to see RYZE, get out there. Leave it in the comments and go to our YouTube and subscribe. And
I don't
check
know,
us out on
man.
Apple Podcasts, you know. And by the way, guys, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. We really need that to grow. Just any review, just honestly what you think, constructive criticism if you want.
Constructive, he says.
Yeah, constructive.
Constructive criticism.
Whatever you want to call it.
Dead ass,
man. And I can't wait till next week. Or 2 weeks, I think, is when our new segment's gonna come out.
Right.
Should I tell them what the name of it is, or just wait?
We can touch up on it, I guess.
Okay. Well, the name of the segment is Let's Ask a New Yorker. That's it.
That's gonna be the new one. We're gonna talk to an actual New Yorker.
Yeah.
Of
he
course,
claims to be.
Of course, we are from Texas, so this is gonna be kind of a whole different culture. So we're gonna have
We might have to hire interpreters.
Right. We might need subtitles.
Oh, he said dead ass. Dead ass means
some Urban Dictionary links.
So I can't wait till that segment comes out. But all that aside, we're still gonna have. So if you want to see RYZE, well, not see him, but want us to go out and check that place out, leave it in the comments, please. Just leave it in the comments.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna.
You gonna go ahead and do it?
We'll do it.
Check it out.
We'll do it.
All right. So we'll go next week. So yeah, it will be 2 weeks, I think, when that episode comes out.
Okay.
So stay tuned, guys. Be sure you're following us to get when that episode comes out. And got anything else?
You know, I think we kind of touched up on pretty much everything I wanted to.
All right. Well, we're hitting 36 minutes, man. That's a good podcast, full of great material.
All right, man. Well, all right. So we'll go ahead and we'll let you guys go from here. Again,
right,
my
guys.
name is RYZE. I'm signing out.
And I'm SNYPE. Peace.